In this episode, I'm going to scratch build a row of 4 houses. Stick around. Hi. As part of my village, I would like to build 4 scratch built houses in a row. And these 4 houses, the idea for them comes from my childhood memories. This is the village of Pacheville. Let me zoom out a bit. There's Malta there on its side. I'm zooming in on Pacheville here, onto the house where I used to live. Well, where my house was, because it doesn't exist anymore, because it has been demolished. This block of apartments here is now where my house used to be. My house was exactly like this. It was a mirror image of this. Let me zoom down a bit. Look, come on. Go down the road a bit. Here. My house was like this, a mirror image of this on this side. And I want to replicate this area here. But since it's no longer there, I'm going to replicate these 2, which are exactly the same on the front. And that's all I need, because if I do anything on the inside, it's all going to be from memory. So, these are 2 of the houses I want to build to mimic my own house. In ours, we had a bar, so this window was a door, and there was a sign out here, and I will replicate that as well. The other 2 houses are further down the street. Here, can't go any further, nope. These are, internally, they are the same as my house, except for these bay windows. That's the only difference, and these little balconies here. The balcony on the others were slightly different. Let me show you. They stick out here like this, look, these 2. So, I'm going to replicate these 2 houses here, and my house and the neighbor's house. So, this brings back a lot of memories. Anyway, let's start building. Okay, so I've cut up some styrene here, and I'm going to start with the front of the houses. I'll start with the pair on the left, or right, whichever, it doesn't matter. And I'll cut up the doors and the windows, and so there will be, say, at the bottom downstairs there will be a door and a window on top of it, and a balcony here, and then it would be mirrored: balcony, front door, window, and so on and so forth. Anyway, we'll start with that and I'll get back to you. So I cut up all the windows and doors and started with the balcony and the bay window on the houses on the left. Now, my dilemma is this. This window here and here, all these windows, are 7 millimeters wide. Now, if I have to cut these out, I'm trying to imagine the 1 millimeter left there, or 1+ millimeter left there. Will it hold while I'm cutting it? Because I had a problem with this. This broke off, in fact, it's glued on again, let alone this little 1 millimeter. So I'm wondering, instead of leaving this one whole piece, how about I cut this here like this, cut the top, and then put up 1 millimeter, let's call them sticks, supports or whatever, and leave the middle empty. And then I will use the same windows, the window style and the method that I am using in my train station. My problem isn't what window to use, whether I should leave this as one piece here or in 4 pieces, the bottom, the top, and the 2 sides for each one. I think for my sanity, I will go for the 4 pieces. But me being who I am, I'm going to give it a go. Worst case scenario, it breaks and we start again. So, the other side here is all cut up. The balconies will be very simple compared to this. They'll just jut out with a pillar here, one on each side, and with a partition wall here in between for privacy in between balconies. So let's tackle these windows here and I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm back, and I actually did manage to cut the windows out and leaving them in one piece. I had 2 slight accidents. One of them, I forgot where it is. I think it's the corner here. The bottom support broke off. I glued it back on. And one whole side broke off. Again, I glued it back in and it's okay. So I'm very happy with the way they turned out. They do need a bit more filing down, but I wanted to file them after I glue them because they're very flimsy, and when I glue them, they're more steady, they're stronger, they can take a bit of a beating then. So the filing down will go in later. I also put up this balcony here. This is glued already with the partition here for privacy. The pillars are in, and I put in the veranda. In Maltese we call it parapet. Anyway, what I will be doing next, oh, that's a good one. Yes, I will be framing all the windows for some 3D effects, and the doors, except for these. Now the bay windows, I'm not touching them. Not even a 10-foot pole. But I will do that. I need to put some 3D effect along the ceiling, well in this case now here, from here to here on the sides, and another one up here between the window and the top of the roof. Part of this wall here is the boundary wall on the roof. It is about 3 feet high. It's obviously it's for safety, so you don't fall over. So there will be some 3D effects here along the line to coincide with the height of the wall on the roof. I remember that. I remember I used to drop stuff down there on that ledge, and my parents would get very angry knowing I went down there and picked it up or I leaned over or whatever. It was very dangerous, to be honest with you. Don't do it. Anyway, especially with power lines. Oh, I remember that. With power lines right underneath them. Oh, yeah. Anyway, until then, down memory lane. Okay, I finished the effects I have to do. They are around the top and the bottom of the windows, on top of the doors there, you can see them. I have them under the balcony. It's difficult to see, but I can show you on this one because this one is not glued yet. There, I have this here as well. I haven't glued this yet because I will want to slide in the windows from the back and align them properly. And I will glue this after I've painted it and put the windows in. So it will be paint first, windows and doors, and then gluing that in place. If I glue it in place, I'm not sure, but most probably I will. Anyway, I put the ledge up here. That's where I dropped my stuff, and my parents got angry. And oh yeah, and there's an effect here along in line with the balcony over here. On this side there is none because the balcony is all the way on the front. Let me see if I change the lighting a bit, maybe you can get a better effect. There you can see the top one here is casting a shadow on the whole front because the lighting is on top here. So you can see the effect it has. And you can see the top of the windows. They're in the shadow of the top ledge. It has quite an effect. Let me see if I roll it now like this. Oh yeah, oh yes, now you can see it properly. Quite a good 3D effect. Anyway, this is this for now. I'm done with this part here. And my next, hang on, zoom in. Zoom. The next step is going to be, well, the sides of the whole building. I will put partitions between one house and the other because I don't want to light one room and the whole lot to light. Even between upstairs and downstairs there will be partitions. So now next step then will be to put the sides, the partitions inside, the first floor and the roof. And then there is what we call the washroom. It's up on the roof. So I have to build those 2 small rooms. No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But normally the 2 rooms for each house here are back to back, so it will be one big room. I won't partition that, but there will be 2 doors for the people to come out onto the roof, obviously. Anyway, until then. Okay, so this is the progress so far. I put the sides up here. There are 5 different partitions here, 3 middle walls and 2 exteriors. These are removable. They are 1 washroom for each house. Normally you would find the staircase here, obviously, to get up to the roof, and it would keep going down all the way to the ground floor. You'd have a back roof. I remember when I was young, Dad had put a wooden roof here all the way, and a structure all the way around, and this is where the train room was. And this was a bit further forward. Yep, the front and the back roofs were same size, and it was about 21 by 17, something like that. It was, if I remember correctly, HO, yes. This is the back. You had a back garden here. Obviously, back to back with here, there were other houses similar to this. Here, not exactly. I'm just realizing how uneven these are. It's at the back. It doesn't matter. And people did make modifications. Anyway, so this is this. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to make the balcony and the veranda surrounds. I don't want to put up a blank wall like this because it's too easy and looks tacky. Like it could be better. And they weren't like that originally. They were wooden fences. There's no way I'm going to make a wooden fence. So I was thinking little pillars. Some of them still have them today. But the kebab stick is too thick. So I said toothpick or cocktail stick, whatever you call it. It's smaller. But then I made the discovery. Look at the other end. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Wait. Come on. Too close. There you are. It looks like a little like a little span on a lathe, like a little pillar. Oh, I can't get the focus to work on it. But anyway, let me put it here. Maybe you can see it better here. And if I put these here, if I can get 5 here, originally there are 7. So if I can get 7 on this side, or 7 with the middle, aha, and then I can get 6 here and 6 here, and continue the sides, I think it will be great. It's going to be very hard to do, but anyway, that there, and of course, down here, all the way here, in the middle here, coming out like this, all the way here and here, all the way to the front, leaving open for the gate there, and in the middle, and all the way there around the side. I think that will make, it will take me about 3 to 4 weeks. So oh, hang on, and up here too. I think that's 6 weeks. Anyway, and lots of toothpicks. So I'm going to try that. And the next time you see this, hopefully, I'll have those ready. It will be a surprise if I can get these to work. Otherwise, it's going to be that. Until then. So, I started painting the building and I got carried away. I forgot to film, but then again, you don't want to watch me paint it, do you? I'm sure you've seen people paint before. I started doing some weathering, and I think I got carried away again. And I mean, this is my first time, all right? So please, there you are. I came up with this. Obviously, there are no doors or windows yet. I'm still waiting for those. But today I received something different. Imagine that being the pavement there. And I received this and this. I have 4 more on the way. And oh, that was good. This is the kind of thing I'm going for. Obviously more lived in. I'll have to weather down here, but when I finish the front up to the doors and windows, and the cars might get some weathering. The pavement for sure. It will be more of a brownish color than that gray. But anyway, until then. Okay, as you can see, I finished the balconies and the verandas all the way around here, here, down the bottom, separator, here as well, and here. It was no easy task, but it was so satisfying. Anyway, I toned down the weathering. I think I overdid it. I'm sure I overdid it. But I toned it down. It was a bit too much before. In fact, what I did was give it another coating of limestone color, a thin coating, a very light coating, just to tone it down. And I think it looks better. Before, it was giving the impression of an abandoned building because of no windows and doors and the weathering I made before. But now it looks a lot better. It doesn't give, in my opinion, it doesn't give the impression of an abandoned building. Obviously, what's next is the doors and the windows, and hopefully I'll be able to show you those in the next part. So, there you are. So, until then. And here we are. The doors and the windows are installed. And I'm quite pleased with them. Being engaged, you know, they're so small that once you move away a foot or two, some of the defects, mainly the the opening in the wall for the doors and the windows. They're not exactly perfect, but hey. Anyway, when I installed the windows and the doors, I noticed that the ink on the plastic that I printed on was a bit transparent, and putting light behind in the rooms made the light go through the wood, the would-be wood of the door. Well, in reality, doors don't allow light through, so after installing them, I put a bit of styrene behind to make sure that no light goes in and out. And at the same time, like if you notice down here, you see a better effect of the door on the dark blue here, which is also blanked out at the back. It's not so visible, but it's there. The same here. Look here, the light blue here brightened up with a white background. But anyway, it is what it is. I put lights in here and in there. Downstairs, there's no lights. The people are upstairs and they're watching TV or whatever. And temporarily, I put some lights in here. Let me switch this off. And there you can see what I mean about the light coming through the wood. You can see it here. This is blue. This is that blue there. And I have a 3mm LED there, being fed 12 volts with a resistor. And I have another LED here, and they're in series, so in reality they're only getting 6 volts each, so they're dimmed, and yet look at the effect on through the would-be wood. And this is the green, and the green is even worse. But maybe I'll dim down the light a bit more. I'll put a pot in it and lower it to suit my needs. On this side, there will be no lights up here. They're all blanked off at the back. But I will have lights through here. These are blanked off as well, doors. And here, which will be similar to those two. So, on the whole, for me personally, it's a huge success. I'm very, very pleased with it. I would like to hear from you. Send me a comment below. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Until the next one, be safe.